Hey there guys, it's Aarava here and welcome back to my F1 2013 100% race ultra modded career mode. It's been a while, but we're back here for the ultra modded career mode, and here are the mods installed and all the rules for the career mode if you are new to it. And we're here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and obviously being the Bahrain Grand Prix was at night this year, I thought it would only be fitting to install the night mod so we are ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix. But first I just want to note before the episode starts, I just want to apologise for the lack of videos in the last week. I actually promised this career mode much earlier on the weekend, but if you don't follow me on Twitter, you wouldn't have known my internet actually got shut off, and it's still off. I've actually only been able to upload this because I've gone to my relative's house to upload it from there, so apologies for that, but my internet is really crapping up on me. But here we go, we're changing the engine in practice ahead of the Grand Prix. We're all set, we're going to start from the back as usual, so let's get on to the Bahrain Grand Prix at night. It's time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here we are at the Shakir circuit, and it is night time for a very, very special Bahrain race. The first night race of this season at Bahrain, and we're starting from the back. And as usual, if you're new to this career mode, as usual, we have a fixed gear ratio setup. This is the rest of my setup with the suspensions and everything else. Pretty standard stuff with the gearbox there. 4 clicks to the right on every single gear. That is the fixed gear ratio like they do in real life now in 2014. You nominate fixed gear ratio, so we've done that for the whole season. So that was my nominated gear ratio. I have one Joker card, so I may change it later on in the season. Probably maybe around Monza time, we'll have to see, only time will tell. But apparently it's a 2-stop here, starting on the option tyres, then going to the primes, and then finishing with the options. We'll have to see how that goes for us. You know, typically, I found it a struggle to get the tyres really going, but we did have some great tyre wear in Malaysia when we were on the dry tyres. Don't want to talk about China. China was absolutely horrible. You know how that ended, guys. If you don't, then you can go click the playlist, and you can go check it out, or just click my channel name underneath the video, and then go check it out. The Chinese Grand Prix, it was a cracker. Didn't finish how we wanted, but it was a good one. But here we are, under the lights. That Mercedes car looks lovely, but our car, I do say so myself, looks even better. Here we go, the white of the Williams underneath the kind of not invisible floodlights here for this Bahrain night mod. But here we go for 5 red lights, and we're going to start off the Bahrain Grand Prix 100% race, 57 laps, and we're off, and we're getting an okay start. But obviously, as usual, we've got the realistic damage mod, so we're going to want to take it a bit easy into the first corner. We've got 57 laps here, so we don't want to break a front wing at the early stages. So we're just going to see where we can go in, dive down the inside there of the Caterham and the Marussia. Now we're next to my teammate. Oh god, the Taurus go very close indeed, but there we go. We're going through the pair of my teammate. I think that was a Force India, but here we go. We're going 3 abreast with some Tauruses and Saubers of Gutierrez on the left, and Hulkenberg down the inside of both Force Indias there. And so now we're up to 11th place behind Ricciardo in 10th place. It's always weird to see him in the Toro Rosso in this career mode because I'm so used to seeing him in a Red Bull now. But obviously, for obvious reasons, I can't really change that on this game without losing my save data. If you guys know anything about PC mods, it's very tricky to actually install the proper 2014 mod that changes everything up without losing this career mode. So unfortunately, I can't do that. But still, it's still good with the realistic damage mod. I think that's one of the biggest things that's going to change it for this career mode. But now we've got to give the place back to Sergio Perez, as the stewards felt we had an unfair advantage on him. I saw like tiny tap there and overtook him, so I really didn't see too much unfair advantage there. He was going a bit slow, and the tap really didn't slow him down. The AI are a bit stupid sometimes. They do slow down sometimes if you tap them for some unknown reason. But we're back up to 10th place, down the inside of Sergio Perez. This time it's a clean move, and we're up to 9th place now in the Grand Prix. And I think that was a car off. I couldn't really tell there, but we're up to 9th place now. On to lap 5. Now we got plenty to go, 57 laps, so doing my mental maths, 52 laps to go. ish. I think it works out weirdly because you have to count the last lap driven. But Massa is being squeezed out wide, and now we're going to look for 8th place, hopefully. And there's 2 cars ahead. I can't really tell which cars they are in the darkness of Bahrain now, but we'll see if we can maybe overtake those 3 in a matter of moments. But we're going to try on Felipe Massa having to stick behind. Usually I would stick it down the inside of that corner, but with realistic damage we cannot afford that. Our front wing will literally fall off at, you know, the tiniest tap, really, like it should do in real life, already. So now we're closing up on Felipe Massa, going to go down the inside. It's going to be a bold, daring move, and we made the move stick. We're up to 8th place. That could have easily ended in a front wing off, because the AI really do love to turn in on you there at the hairpin now. But now we're behind my man Jenson Button here in 7th place. We're going to try and catch him up. And we do have the DRS indeed, so we'll open that up and we'll get some speed down the straight. And hopefully we can catch that McLaren up. That looks rather shiny on this night mod. And if you're wondering if where the floodlights are really of this night mod, essentially they take the lighting from the Singapore Grand Prix and put it on the Bahrain track. So they can't actually put physically lights in. So just pretend there are some floodlights around lighting up, seemingly just light coming from nowhere. But we'll forget about that, because it still looks pretty damn awesome, if I do say so myself. So we're catching up to Jenson Button here, down to the final corner. We really caught up to him, hit the apex beautifully there. Now we're going to use the rest of our curves, get the slipstream here on Jenson Button. Can we overtake him? Opening DRS. Here we go. We got the slipstream on Jenson Button. Sebastian Vettel set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Button's going to try and overtake that Lotus of Kimi Raikkonen. We've got him down the inside of both of them. We've absolutely mugged them off, and job done, really. 6th place in the bag. We've mugged off Kimi Raikkonen, the Iceman, and Jenson Button. I'm pretty sure the Iceman will be hotting up under that collar after he's lost 2 places in the place of 1 corner. So now we're up to lap 6 indeed, and we're up to P6 as well, chasing off to Mark Webber in his Red Bull. And it's again weird to see Mark Webber still here, but there we go. Now we're chasing down to Mark Webber. We're going to use a lot of our curves. Surprisingly, didn't use a lot of it on that lap. I don't know really why. I think sometimes you just forget to use curves, really. Sometimes, I guess. But here we go. We set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Slipstream in. Mark Webber, very close indeed. We're going to squeeze him out at the last minute. Oh god, that was close. Looking back on that, looking in the mirrors, that was very close to me taking out Webber on the getting back on the racing line, and sparks flying from Mark Webber's diffuser. Obviously, that Red Bull producing quite a lot of downforce to push the car down onto the track and physically create those sparks. But we're up to 5th place now, so the Red Bull no match for us in our Williams. We got some upgrades this weekend. I think if I remember correctly, it was a front wing upgrade. So we've got some more downforce at the front, which should help out. But turning our attention back, it's now lap 14, and now we've got to think about making our pit stop. The option tyres, as you can see there on the tyre walls, are absolutely shredded. And they're pretty damn orange on the graphics. So we're going to make our pit stop now for the prime tyres, the orange wall tyres. They do look a bit red, though, I must say, in the lighting. But they are indeed prime tyres. So no confusion there. I know sometimes there's a bit of confusion in the lighting. They sometimes look a bit red, but they are indeed the hard prime tyres. And so we're coming back on track, and looks like we're going to come out just ahead of Daniel Ricciardo in 10th place. There he is in my mirror. Just about could see him. There he is in the left mirror. You can just about see him there. So we're in 10th place now. I'm going to try and make these tyres go quite long into the Grand Prix, because we're going to have to go on an option set at the end of the race. And the first options we had on only lasted 14 laps. So I'm going to guess by the end of the race they'll probably last maybe about 16 laps. So we're going to have to try and go pretty far into this Grand Prix to make the whole strategy work, really. But let's get back to the matter at hand. We're chasing after Sebastian Vettel. As you can see right in front of us, the German in his Red Bull racing car. He's in 4th place. I am in 5th now. It's lap 19. And we're looking pretty good. The tyre wear is not too bad at the moment. The tyres are feeling good. We've caught up Vettel. There was quite a gap to Vettel, so we've really pushed hard in these laps that we've skipped. And we've been able to catch the German now. And we're in the DRS zone as well, so we're within 1 second of the German going through the left hand. They're pretty nicely kissing the apex. And we're not exactly staying on the racing line, but that's fine. And we're just trying to cruise up to the German, really. Hopefully we're in the DRS zone by the time we come to the pit straight. We're really getting a lot there in that corner, being able to put the power down a bit earlier than Seb, I think. And we're even catching him right now in the slipstream. Can we maybe make a move on the German down the inside of this corner? Yes, we are. Down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. Going to give him the room on the outside, though. But no, he's slowed down majorly there. And we gave him the room, so I don't really know what's happened. Maybe he is... no, we've got DRS. I was going to say maybe he's pulled the Wiley or Fox move on me and try to get the DRS on me. But I've got the DRS open. So pretty much we can just cruise past him there. And now we're up to 3rd place. We're chasing after Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes car. I believe Fernando Alonso is ahead of him in 1st place. Alonso quite a bit away. So I think the best we can hope for is maybe 2nd place here in this Grand Prix. We'll have to see. But on to lap 35. Our tyres do look a bit wrecked at the moment. Comparing it to the previous lap 19 cut. The tyres do look a bit more chopped up. You can see the graining on the tyres. Bahrain, a very bad place for overheating the tyres. So it's good to try and keep the tyre temperatures nice and in that optimum level. You know, fortunately for the Williams car, I think the Williams car is quite good at doing that. I don't think it has much of a kind of complexity about it. I think it can handle most temperatures, unlike the McLaren, seemingly of this year, which needs to be in a perfect window. And like some other cars on the grid, they need to have a perfect tyre temperature window. But our car today on this F1 2013 game doesn't seem to have any of those problems whatsoever. We can just push as hard as we can on these tyres, and that's what every driver wants to hear. Just push, push, push from your engineer, and that's what he's been telling me. We can catch Hamilton. He is only 0.6 away, probably a bit more off that corner. I did screw that corner up a tiny bit, but we're going on to lap 36, I should say, and hopefully we'll be in the DRS, and we'll have to see. We've got plenty of curves to use, so let's see. We've already opened up a gap of 18 seconds to Sebastian Vettel, so we've absolutely bossed it while we've overtaken him. But now on the slipstream of Hamilton, here we go. We've made the move, dodged right and coming back left for the racing line. Pretty close to Hamilton, but I'm just showing him my car, showing him where it is. You know, Hamilton did an interview once for BBC, and he mentioned that drivers like to kind of show their dominance on track by just maybe squeezing out a bit, and that's what I've done today. But going defensive a bit here, but you know, getting on the racing line after making that move, just, you know, it's kind of like back off. That's my piece of track there, and I'm in charge. So I'm here in P2, and Hamilton knows not to mess with me. So job done. We've mugged him off, and there we go. So up to 2nd place. It's lap 40. So as you can see, basic maths, we've got 17 laps left of the Grand Prix. It's crunch time. Do I pit now? Do I give it another few laps? Let's, you know, do I want to see if I can push it a bit further, give myself an easier time on the options? But Hamilton is overtaking us, though. This is not good, though. As I'm saying that, Hamilton's absolutely gone round the outside, and he's overtaken us only 5 laps after I overtook him. So it looks like Hamilton's got the jump on us after I talked up myself about having the dominance on track. Hamilton has completely mugged us off there round the outside as I'm talking about tyres. But lap 40, 17 laps to go. I think it might be good if Hamilton doesn't pit to go get the undercut, and if he does pit with him, because I don't think if he gets the undercut on us, I think we're pretty much screwed. So we have to see what he does. He's diving to the pits. Let's follow him. We're going to follow him. Oh God, Jesus! Oh God, nearly followed him and smashed him into the bloody nearly dissolved his rear wing there. That could have been quite nasty with realistic damage. Well, we followed him in. We're on the option tyres. And no, we've been held up there by Hamilton. The absolute pillock. We've been held up there. So we're going to have to do our talking on track. And we're going to have to try and re-overtake Hamilton for what will be hopefully a net 2nd place. But Rosberg, his teammate, has caught up to us. We're going to go to the outside of the track and try and push Rosberg wide. We have done that successfully, and now we're going to chase up to Hamilton and try and re-overtake that place. We've got 16 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen, for this Grand Prix at Bahrain at night time. Let's see what we can do. We're catching up to Hamilton now later on in the lap. We're right up his gearbox there into the hairpin. Let's see what we can do. We've got the DRS zone coming up. Let's see what we can do. We've got a full bar of curves here. We're just tapping him a tiny bit. Hamilton goes wide, though. We're going to use a bit of our curves, opening DRS as well. And looks like we might have the move done, but Hamilton is getting the slipstream. His teammate must have DRS from me. But let's see what goes on to the next few corners. Turn left. And no, nothing's going to happen so far. Button ahead of us in 3rd place, but he hasn't made his pit stop yet. And Vettel up ahead as well has not either. So I think we should be comfortably ahead of those two. We'll have to see what goes on. But nevertheless, even before Button makes his pit stop, we've settled fast out the Grand Prix. Going to go right with the DRS wide open. We overtake Button. Easy move there on lap 43 for 3rd place. And it should be theoretically 2nd place, I think. I'm a bit confused at the moment. Vettel's not coming in. We'll have to see. I set the fastest sector so far on lap 50, but with 7 laps to go, I don't think Vettel's going to come in. So somehow, I think maybe me and Hamilton fighting, but Vettel has got ahead of me. I don't know if any of you guys have spotted it. Maybe, you know, maybe he's done a
I want to say one stop, but that's pretty impossible. I don't think he's done a one stop. So I have no idea how he's got ahead of us. But we're going to try and make it move down the inside. No, we think better of it. We don't want to lose our front wing with 6 laps to go. We've set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So we've obviously got the pace to overtake Vettel. So we just need to wait and kind of choose our moment, really. We're coming up to the second sector now. We're going to really close up on him. And we're going through this corner. Really nice section to go through when the tyres are rubbered in. And we're catching up to Vettel. An absolute treat. We're going to go down the inside, maybe. No, we think better of it. Well, we've tapped him a tiny bit. Vettel's gone wide, though. And, oh my God, we've got a penalty. Vettel has given us a penalty. I don't know what the hell's gone on. The steward's obviously on some sort of crack cocaine, obviously, because I don't know what the hell I did. I literally tapped him a tiny bit, and Vettel decides to turn left off the track and just let me by. That's his choice. He didn't get interrupted. He could have easily kept on going in front of me, so I don't know what's gone on there. I think there's a bit of funny business going on. I think there's some dirty dealing going on between Vettel and the stewards, obviously. But now to lap 55, we've got on the curb. The curb's chucked us off, though. We've gone, oh my God, we've lost our front wing. Vettel's through now, and also we've gone off, and Hamilton's going to be through. This is an absolute disaster. The curb got us. We've got a pit on lap 55 with 2 bloody laps to go. What is this BS? We got on the curb and it's chucked us off, and with realistic damage, that foam barrier has broken our front wing and it's absolute disaster. We're pitting on lap 56. God damn it. What a long pit stop. And now, what are we down to? We're down to 5th, the least. You know, 6th. Oh my God, it gets worse. 6th. The 7th. Oh my God, Jesus. God, someone get me an aspirin. My God, we're down to 7th place now in this Grand Prix. This is an absolute disaster. We're going to have to do some work here to try and gain some pride and overtake some cars after that disaster of losing a front wing. We're going to try and overtake Nico Rosberg here. He's hampering Felipe Massa. So we're going to try and overtake Rosberg here. Nicely smooth. We've got a -1 lap of fuel. We've got it under control. I can go to lead mix at the very end of the lap. But down the inside of Nico Rosberg. Sweet move there. Squeeze him out. Fernando Alonso has won the Grand Prix by absolute ages. But now we need to try and overtake Felipe Massa. Going purple right now through this sector. Really closing up to him now. The Ferrari man, the Brazilian. I'm going to maybe make a move down the inside. Oh, God. He gives us some real good respect there to Massa. Thank you very much, sir. Giving us the room. Unlike Vettel, the absolute peasant, who absolutely gave us just the stupidest penalty in the world. And I've absolutely forgot about that. Actually, you know, we're going to finish 5th here, but where is it going to be afterwards? With a penalty, 10-second penalty, we're going to be absolutely nowhere after we were in a good position to get 2nd place. We're going to come through. I don't know why I'm weaving, but the guy's cheering, but we're going to come through in 8th place. Oh, wow, that's really, really frustrating, guys. 8th place, wow, what can I say? What can I say? I'm very upset with that. It's been a great Grand Prix, though. That was some great action, guys. If you did enjoy that episode, please give it a like. Massive like would be a help after I've had such a gap from one of these videos with the internet outage and stuff like that. Really wanted to get this video out earlier, but the internet going out of my house really screwed me over. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new for weekly F1. I'm aarava, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.